Good afternoon, everyone. I hope. Oh, akala ko may nagsalita. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing okay. I know that your brain is already draining. I hope kahit I hope may isa pang brain cell na natitira dyan. Okay? Keep on drinking water para may rehydrate kayo. Alright? Okay. Here we go. So let me just say, how do we perform law of science, and when and where do we apply the law of science? So eto na. So here, class, oblique triangle is a triangle that has no right angle. Tandaan yan, ha? Pag sinabi kong tandaan, class, tandaan yan. An oblique triangle is a triangle that has no right angle. So which means acute angles, obtuse angles, triangle pala, no? Sister, bakit nag-angle? Oh, may ilulusot ako dyan, class. Oh, angle is one of the parts or components of triangle. If there's no angle, there's no triangle. Lusot number one. Lusot naman, di ba? Okay. Okay. So, oblique triangles, eto yan. Eto sila. Sila yung oblique. Sir, bakit red? Oo nga, no, bakit red? Ang sakit sa mata. No, what I mean, ang sakit sa mata pag black yung background. Okay. And yung non-oblique, ay, eto kaagad. Ayan, right angle. This is a non-oblique triangle. That's the counterpart of oblique, which is the right triangle. And solving a right triangle or an oblique triangle means finding the lengths of all the sides as well as the measures, excuse me, of all the angles in the triangle. So sides and angles of the triangle should be solved when you are asked to solve the given triangle. Okay, so that is a general instruction or direction for you to do in solving a triangle. And to do so, there must be sufficient information satisfying one of the following four cases. We have done this before. We have the a wait lang, class. Let me change the color. My favorite. Sabihin lang, di ba? Favorite ko na si Magenta, no? Two angles in any side. So, given the two angles in any side, either it's the opposite of one of the angles or not, it doesn't really matter. Or we call it ASA or the SAA or AAS, whatever. Now, again, two sides and non-included angle. Three sides or the SSS, two sides and their included angle, the SAS. These are the cases in a given triangle where we can solve for the triangle using the law of sines and cosines. Alright? Nakuha, guys. Ito pala yung cosine. Sorry, law of sine pala to. Okay? So, etong dalawa ay para to sa sine. Ito namang last two para to sa cosine. Tandaan, class, ha? Ayan, pag na-identify nyo na yan, may 2 points na ata kayo kaagad dyan. Okay. Di ba? Ang daming bonus. Oh, Philip, makinig. Philip, are you there?
Yes po, sir.
Okay, good. Lakas ng boses, ah. Yan, alag na alag si Philip. That's what I like. Okay, so, again, these two, the SAA, actually, tatlong kaso na ang nakuha natin dito, eh. Wala tayong kaso, class, ha? Cases tayo, case. Hindi kaso, kung ano mang kaso yun. Okay. SSA, may 3 cases of triangles na tayo. They are okay, used to or for law of sines. Okay? Nakuha, class. Now, tingnan nyo, may dalawang side at isang angle or dalawang angle isang side. Right? And the S are for cosine. Okay? Mas madaling tanda classic cosine, dalawa lang sila. At SSS, AS. Okay? So therefore, class, alam mo na kaagad si sine. Wala kay cosine, guys. Okay. Answer SSS. Ito si SSA. Hinahanap ko si A. Okay, I like this. ASS. Bakit? It makes the enjoyable, di ba? And challenging. Tama ba? As enjoyable and challenging. Oo naman, di ba? Okay. And kung wala nito, mas mahirapan tayo mag-solve. Ganyan. Okay. So, ASS and SSA are just the same. It's just a matter of how you rearrange the letters, but the context is just the same. So if you can see that or read that in the given problem, ASS is part of our discussion. Tandaan, class, ha? Okay, ah? So, wala naman yan sa libro, ah. Oo, class, wala dito sa libro. Kasi pinaganda lang nila yung term. Pero case-wise, nandiyan pa rin siya. Okay? I hope so. So here, let's review the formula of law of sines. The formula of law of sine is just so easy. Why? Because given a triangle ABC, where their opposite sides are the small letters of their angle measures or angle names or the vertices, let's say B small b, A small a, C small letter c, then the formula can be used or can be found in this manner or can be constructed in this manner. Okay? So, isulat natin class ha. Ulitin ko. As long as si A ay opposite ni small letter A as a side, si B naman ay opposite ni small letter of the side, at si C naman ay opposite ni small letter C of the side. Then, this formula is correct. Nakuha, class? May time dyan na iibahin to. Gagawin tong RMJ, MAD, RON, JRO. Ganon. JRO, J. Okay, so maiiba na. Ala sir, nawala na yung ABCD. Paano ko sir gagamit yung sign? Ayun. O di palitan mo yung mga letters na yun ng ABCD. Sir, ba't may D? Oo nga, no, ba't may D? Ng ABC, and then you'll get the problem correctly. Okay, so ilat mo, let A is equal to R. Ganun lang. Alright? Para dito ka pa rin sa formula. So, si A ay dito kay A, at si B naman ay kay B, at si C ay kay C. So, pwede mo siyang i-interchange A over sine A, guys. Pwede naman sila. As long as the other part of the equation will be or is also interchanged. So, B over sine B and C is equal to sine C. Ganun lang siya class kadali. Okay? And eto, pwede mong ilagay sa gitna. Ito naman pwede mong ilagay sa dulo. Whatever thing you do, as long as you're doing it by by the book of mathematics, okay? Principles of mathematics, then you're not going to, you're not at loss, diba? Wala ka, nandun ka pa rin sa track. Okay, so let's try applying the theorem. All right, so example 1, ASA. So, ano nga ba ang ASA, Philip? Saan ba siya i-apply? Sa law of sines or law of cosines? Philip? Saan natin siya gagamitin? Or anong gagamitin natin sa kanya? Si law of sine ba siya? Or si... Wait lang. Si law of cosine ba? Or si law of sine?
Sir, hindi po ako sure, pero po law of cosine po.
Law of cosine. Sige, tingnan natin. Alright? Thank you, Philip. So, tingnan natin. So, i-label muna natin yung parts. A, B, C. And of course, this is our C, this is our A, and this is our B. And ilagay natin yung given, guys. Okay? So, angle A, so ito yan. So, alpha is equal to 65 degrees. Kahit anong, guys, ilagay dyan na letter, it doesn't really matter. And beta is just equivalent to B, so this is 71 degrees. And side C is equal to 16 centimeters. Diba? Now, kahit hindi nyo alam class kung law of sines or law of cosines yan, as long as alam nyo yung formula, makukuha nyo pa rin kung anong gagamitin nyo. Okay? Now, sabi dun sa law of cosine, sa cosine law, sabi dun SS or SAS. Alright? Tingnan nga natin to. Ano ba to? Angle, side, angle, ASA. Oh, so hindi siya sa SSS, hindi rin siya sa SAS. Therefore, hindi rin siya kay law of cosine. Kundi na kay law of ano siya? Law of sines. 'Di ba? Oh, ganun lang class, kadali. So nalaman mo kaagad na law of sine siya. Okay? And ganito lang yan class. Pag may nakita kang given na given an angle, walang opposite side. Ito naman walang opposite side. Pero ito, makukuha natin to, di ba? Because there are already two given angles and the other side is already given. So therefore, may isa ng pair ng side and angle na given, tapos pwede na natin makuha yung iba pang sides. Okay? So, kaya, magiging siyang law of sine. Di ba ganun yung formula ng law of sine? The angle in the side, the angle in the side. Ganun lang siya kadali. Okay. So, let's apply or let's write down all the formulas itself and let's substitute the values. So, we have sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. Ano nga bang A natin? Sige, change natin ang color. Again, guys, if you have question, let me know, ha? So, sine A or sine 65 degrees, kindly get ready with your calculator. A is, ay, baliktad. Ito pala yung B. Ito yung A. Ayan, see, nagkakamali ako. Okay, so A, anyway, wala naman silang values. So, sine 65 over A, sine B is, ano bang sine B natin, class? 71 degrees. Ang init sa bahay, sobra. Wait lang. May aircon, ang init pa rin. Okay, letter B, B lang din. And sine C, makukuha ba natin yung value ng sine C, class? Sige nga, let me know. Wait lang, adjust ko lang yung aircon. Makukuha ba natin yung value ng C? Angle C? Yes, what's the value of angle C? 65 to 71, 136, so 44. Ayan, very good. Buti naman may nakikinig, may buhay pa, no? Kaka-start lang natin eh. Okay, and the C is 16 centimeters. Ayan. So, look at this, class. Pag linagay mo na siya sa formula, parang inulit ko lang, no? Inulit ko lang yung diniscuss ko. Pag linagay mo siya sa formula na ganito, malalaman mo kaagad kung solvable ba siya by law of sines o hindi. Okay? Paano malalaman? By using the knowledge of ratio and proportion. So, eto, meron kang value, eto wala. Therefore, mahahanap mo to kasi isa na lang yung kulang, di ba? Ito rin naman, since ito yung kompleto yung given, gagamitin mo to para ma-solve mo tong dalawang equations na to or parts. Ito may given, therefore mahanap mo rin to. So, swak na swak si law of sine natin. Nakuha, class? Sige. Lagyan natin. I mean, try to solve natin ito, tapos yung iba, gawan lang natin ng form or ng formula and then kayo nang bahala mag-solve. Okay? So, we have si A muna, ang solve natin. Sine 65 over A is equal to sine 44 degrees. So, we're using C and 16. 16 ba ito, class? Yeah, 16. Alright, and to solve for A, we have 16 sine 65 degrees all over or over sine 44. Okay, so, can you please help me, class? What's the value? 20.87. Okay, 20.87 tayo. 80, ano bang unit nito? Centimeters. Ayan. Now, look at the given class. Ay, bakit? Automatic class, no? Pagkatapos ng A, B. My God. Okay, so look at the given. The given are all whole numbers. So therefore, approximately, this is 21 centimeters. Okay? So this is the value of A. Di ba ganun class yung sinabi ko sa inyo? Unless specified the number or the number of decimal places that you're going to express your final answer to or into, then that's the time that you're going to change the rule. Kasi pag walang binigay, ito yung gagamitin natin. Okay? Kaya class kung minsan, nagkakaroon ng problema sa mga angle measures natin, especially when we're trying to add the angle measures because we approximated all the values already. Hindi na sila magto-total to 180 degrees or wala na yung hindi na masusuffice yung triangle inequality natin. Okay? But anyway, approximation naman talaga ang trigonometry eh. Okay? But make sure that the approximated value is actually close to the reality. Alright? Ganun lang. So actually, kung gusto mo kung sa engineering or architecture, guys, then you better do 20 or 21. Ganyan. Ito yung range ng value mo. Alright? Okay. And we can solve for letter B. Sige. So, letter B naman tayo. Ang letter B natin, maganda pala class yung, ano ba to, Cyan? Super Cyan. No, maganda pala yung Cyan. Okay. So, letter B natin ay sine B. Ano nga ba yung B natin? 71. B is equal to sine 44 degrees. Again, yung kinuwento ko dati, class, make sure that your calculator is on the right mode. If it's in degree, make sure that you're using degree measures or values. If it's on radian mode, make sure that you are using radian measures, or else you'll get incorrect answers there. Ang isa lang na tama na makukuha mo dyan ay 0. Pag angle measure ay 0, di ba? Okay, 16. Okay, so what's the value of B, guys? Help me. 22. Sakto ba? Okay. Round off na. Okay, okay lang naman. Wait lang. Try ko lang to. Paano ba to? Ayun. Okay, so the answer is 20. Ay, hindi ko na tuloy makita yung message. Wait lang, class. Itong hirap sa Google Meet eh. 21.77. 21.77 and approximately it's 22. Okay? Nakuha, class. Now, to find the other, ano pa bang hinahanap natin? ABC, wala na. Okay, nahanap na pala natin, no? Okay, now, advice ko lang, class. Let's say you're solving for C, side C, and since you're solving for C and you're going to use the value of either A or B, now please make sure to use 5 decimal places ng value nito. Or if you can, better use the original value, the expression ito. Okay, ito yung pinaka-accurate mo na value niya. Alright? Dito, ito yung pinaka-accurate na value. Okay? Kasi wala ka pang ginagalaw dito. Ito kasi may ginalaw ka na dyan. Alright? And if you're going to use this, then you'll get all of the values on its most approximated value. Okay? Parang true value na rin siya. Alright? Ganun lang, class. Okay, any questions so far? Ganun lang yun, no? Okay, now let's move on to the ambiguous case. Ito lang sinasabi ko. Kailan nga nagkakaroon ng ambiguous case, Philip? Ayan. Pag may as. Di ba? Pag may as naman talaga sa grupo, yan, nagkakaroon ng ambiguity. Nagkakaroon ng gulo, ng trouble. Okay. Ayan. Figuratively. Di ba? Okay, so ambiguous case happens when there is the case is under ASS or SSA. It depends, whatever. Okay, so paano natin malalaman kaagad yan? Ito kaagad, class. Alright? And, okay, eto, importante ito. Ilan nga ang pwede nating makuhang possible solutions when the given problem is under SSA? Guys? Ilan ang pwede nating makuhang possible solutions pag ang given ay SSA or ASS sa law of science? Sabi ni, paano ko ba na makikita dapat? Hindi ko nakikita, class. Wait lang. Let me try to figure this out. Sige. Okay. Sabi ni, tama, Philip, angle side-side. Sabi ni Limwell, 2. Sabi ni Ethan, sometimes 1, sometimes 2. Sabi ni Chini, 2. Okay. So, ano yung pinakamalaki? Yung pinakamaraming number of solutions. Tama kayo. Number 2. Or there are 2 possible, at most, tandaan na, there are at most 2 possible triangles that might exist if the given triangle is under the case ASS or SSA. Okay? Pwede rin siyang wala. Sabi ni Ethan, di ba? Sometimes 1. Pwede rin siyang isa. Okay? And the worst case is, pwede rin siyang walang triangle na nag-e-exist. So there are 2 possible cases. 1, 0, 1, 2. Di ba? And the maximum number of solutions is 2 triangles. And the middle is 1 and the minimum is 0 or no triangle existing at all. Okay? Tandaan yon and you will get 1 point already. Okay. So let's try solving this example, number 3. Okay, mas maganda, class, dino-drawing yung triangle kasi mas madali nyo siyang ma-visualize eh. I don't know, siguro as a visual learner, me, okay, I'm referring to myself, as a visual learner, I prefer to use visuals, okay, drawings. Kasi class may mga estudyante kasi or tao na sobrang gagaling nila mag-analyze without, ay A pala to, without seeing the figure literally, okay? Ganyan. So, na-visualize lang nila sa utak nila. Tapos na. Angle A is 30, and A is 7, B is 9. Ala, ito lang ba? Yes, ito lang. Angle, side, side. Oh, wait lang. Tama ba ang ginawa ko, class? Alpha is 30 degrees, A is 7, and B is 9. Tama naman. Okay. So, when it comes to SSA or ASS, the only thing that you might do here or directly do here is solve ka agad. Okay? Although, pwede naman. So, tingnan natin. Solve natin ka agad. So, sine A over A is equal to sine B over B is equal to sine C over C. Plug in ka agad tayo, class, no, sa formula. Hindi muna natin to ina-analyze, okay? So, sine A is 30 degrees, sine 30 over A, 7 ba to? 7 pala to. Sige, erase ko na para hindi masyadong magulang. Okay, 30 degrees and 7 is equal to sine B is 9, sine C is unknown, and C is unknown. Ang daming unknown, di ba? Okay, so ito buo na to, pwede nating masolve si B, hindi pa natin masosolve si C, right? Okay, for now. So here, pwede na nating masolve si angle B. So, sine B is equal to 9 sine 30 degrees over 7. So this becomes angle B inverse sine 9 sine 30. Sine 30 is a special angle, diba? So we can solve that. Pero wala pa rin tayo, hindi pa natin siya masosolve because of the angle B. Okay. So what is the value here, guys? 40. Approximately na yun. Again, approximately 40 degrees. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you. So this is 40. Ayan. Sir, isa lang naman, sir, nakuha natin, Sabi mo, sir, may dalawa. Minsan naman wala. Sabi ko nga, di ba, pwedeng isa, pwedeng wala, pwedeng dalawa. So, dito may isa. Kaso, hindi mo pa ina-analyze yung given problem, di ba? Hindi pa siya na-analyze. So, ang pwede natin gawin dito ay eto. In order to analyze the given figure or the given itself. Okay? So, paano natin siya i-analyze? Nakadepende tayo sa height ng triangle, di ba? Especially sa height ng triangle where the given angles are. Okay? So, dito, if this is 9, ano ba yung opposite ng, if this is 9, this is 7, okay, wala pa tayong makukuha. Pero kailangan natin mahanap yung height niya para makita natin yung position, kung nasaan yung position ng 7 na to, ng length na to. Okay, if this is 30 degrees, what's the measure of the height here? This is 4.5. Tama, class, di ba? This is 4.5. Am I correct? Okay, this is 4.5. Ayan, okay. Now look at the height. The height is 4.5 and the hypotenuse here is equal to 7. 4.5 is less than 7, which is true. Tama, dapat lang na maging longer to kasi pag hindi siya longer, pag mas maliit siya dito, bitin lang yan, ganito lang siya, di ba? Walang triangle na mag-form. Nakuha, class? So which means that if the length of A is less than 4.5, therefore, there's no such triangle existing. Okay? However, if A is equal to 4.5, again, if A is less than 4.5, walang triangle na ma-form. Kung ang A is equal to 4.5, equal siya sa height, therefore, right triangle siya. Okay? It's just a right triangle. Since A is greater than 4.5, therefore, this side here is not equal to the height and it will go here. Diba? Or, pag nandito siya, pag trinay natin i-swing to, ay mali pala yung swing ko, no? Napahaba kasi ito eh. Okay. And alam natin, yung segment dito ay 9. Ito naman ay 7. Mas maikli si 7 kay 9. So therefore, pag sinwing natin to class, tatama siya in between of the height and the side of, or the vertex A. So pwede siyang tumama dito. So therefore, there are two triangles that might exist that will suffice the given condition. Okay? So 7 din ito. So therefore, class, nahanap na natin yung isang triangle. Ito yon. Kaso yung isang triangle nandito. Okay? Ayan. Obtuse triangle to. Nakuha? So dito na class, pumapasok yung analysis or analytical part ng triangle na to under SSA, which is called ambiguous case. Understood, guys? So, agad-agad hindi mo siya class makikita if you're going to use the formula. Kailangan mo ng analysis. Okay? So, we have already solved one triangle, one possible triangle. And the other triangle that might exist is this. So, let me draw the figure again. Ayan. Okay, so this is 30 degrees. This is 9, this is 7. Ayan. So, ganito yung isang triangle. Case number 2 natin. Case 2. Okay? So, here, we can now solve for... Ayan. So, ilagay muna natin dito. Okay. So, 7 to, 7 to. Diba? So, ano nga bang angle measure nito? It's 40 degrees. As we solved. Ito. And if this is 40, this is also 40. Bakit 40? Because isosceles triangle. Diba? Sabi natin sa isosceles triangle. And if this 40, this is 140. 180. And this is equal to what? 110. Ayan, 110 degrees. Correct? Tama ba, guys? So therefore, we can now solve for, ano ba to? C? Yeah. We can now solve for C. This is A. This is B. This is side C. Okay? Masosolve na natin to since na-solve na natin yung angle C niya. Okay? And we can even solve the side here, the side AB or the side C here a while ago. Since may value na tayo dito. So, pwede na natin itong ma-solve dito sa part na to. Alright? Wait lang. May mali ba? Bakit 110? Ano bang sabi ko, class? Sorry. Ba't 110 to? Nasobrahan ng linya. Palusot, no? Okay, so 110 lang. Anong klaseng triangle? Anong klaseng triangle yan? 200, my goodness. 280, no? Lumampas. Yeah, it's just 10. Wait, na-record ba natin to? Yeah. Na-remind ako ni Ian. Okay. So, again, we can now solve this triangle. Therefore, there are two triangles exist. Okay? They do exist. Both of them are existing. So, pag nagkamali ka dyan or pag may isa kang kulang, mali na yung sagot mo. 50% na lang. Okay? Naintindihan, class? Okay, to summarize, ito yon. Pag ASA, so angle, side angle, ito yon. Bakit side angle? Sorry, side pala to. Ba yan? So, ASS, pag bitin, pag ang B natin ay maikli sa height, walang triangle na makukuha. Walang triangle. No triangle. Pero, pag ang B ay ito nga lang para mas mabilis. Okay, if A is less than the B and less than the height, wait, let me trace the color. Tandaan to class na sinasabi ko kasi kailangan to. Nasa exam to. Okay, so, pag si A ay maikli dito sa height, agad-agad maikli, wala nang triangle na nag-exist. Alright? If A naman ay equal sa or perpendicular siya sa base, then right triangle, there's only one. Nakuha, class. Ayan. And if A naman is greater than the height, but less than the B here, then there are two triangles existing. However, if A is greater than the height and at the same time greater than the B, there's only one triangle that could exist. Alright? Kasi yung isa niya ay lalampas na. Wala ng triangle dito sa part na to. Okay? So there are 4 actually cases, and the maximum number of triangles that we could get is 2, and the minimum is 0. Nakuha, class? True or false, ha? Tandaan mo ngayon. Walang clarification so far? Class? Wala? Okay. Kung wala, sige. Kung wala, di punta na tayo sa problem solving sa application. Ito na yung medyo mahirap-hirap kasi syempre, you need to analyze everything. Alright? If you have a ready-made problem there, just let me know para ma-solve natin. Kasi ito mga na-solve na natin to. So, sabi dito, a tree leans at 12-degree angle from the vertical. Ano daw? A tree leans at a 12-degree angle from the vertical. Okay, so, ayan, may vertical dito, tapos may tree na naglilin from vertical. Saan sir siya naglilin? Sa left ba sir or sa right? Walang sinabi, class, no? Ayahan mo na kung saan siya naglilin. Bahala sa buhay niya. Okay, so dito siya maglilin. Ayan, ganyan. Ayan, okay. So, 12-degree angle from the vertical. So, paano nabuo yung 12-degree angle? From the vertical. So, nandito, class. So, ito yung 12-degree natin. Okay? So, ang pag-convert niya into an illustration in mathematical statements ay literal dapat. Okay? Siyempre, you need to analyze the given statements and frame by frame dapat. Phrase by phrase, statement by statement. Next, from a point on the ground, 42 feet from the foot of the tree, so nandito, 42 feet, ganyan, from the foot of the tree, on the side closer to the line. Ito yung linya, di ba? So, dapat nandito yung distance. Kasi pag dito natin linagay, hindi na siya closer. Longer, farther na siya from the line, di ba? And the angle of elevation to the top of the tree is 26. So, angle of elevation means you are looking up. Diba? Looking upward. So, eto. Ayan. The angle of elevation. Saan ba sir yung basis ng angle niya? Siyempre, horizontal nandito. Kasi dito yung sight natin. Paano ba yung mata? Ayan. Ayan yung mata, diba? So, nandito yung line of sight. Hindi siya line of sight. Ito yung basis natin horizontal, ito yung line of sight natin. Okay? So, ito yung angle of elevation which is equal to 26 degrees. Ayan. Wow, ang swerte. Sabi, you use law of sines daw, no? To find the height of the tree. Alright, so we're looking for the height of the tree. When we say height of the tree, it is different from the length of the tree. Okay? This is the length of the tree. However, this is the height of the tree. Understood, guys? Be very specific kasi dun nagkakaroon ng problema. Alright, okay? Sa misconception. Okay, so we're solving for the height here. So therefore, if we're going to draw this triangle, okay, just a triangle, so ganito siya. This is, ano ba to? 26, hindi na ginawang 30, no? Dapat class, umusog-usog siya dito ng konti para maging 30 degrees, para maging special angle, di ba? Kung ako yung nandito umusog na ako dito para naging special. Hindi ko na kailangan ng calculator. No, pinakialaman daw yung problem. Okay, anyway. So, 42 feet, ito. Yan, 42 feet. Ano pa ba? Ito ay, ano ba ito? 12. So, if this is 12, this is what? 90, that's 78. Tama, class? Yeah, 78. So, therefore, we can now solve for this. Okay? Pwede nang ma-solve to. Sir, paano natin yan isosolve? Okay, sige. I-drawing uli natin. 42 ito. Ito ay 26. Ito naman ay 78. Tama ba? 78. Yeah. And ito, malamang makukuha natin to. Okay? X. So, look at this class. Angle, side, angle. Saan ba, ano bang kailangan natin gamitin pag angle, side, angle? It's law of sine, di ba? So, we can now solve for this triangle by just using law of sine. Okay? So, we can solve this, and we can solve this. However, we're not looking for these sides. We're looking for the height. Siyempre, pag nakuha na natin to, you can use Pythagorean theorem or you can even use Sokotowa, di ba? Since si x ang hinahanap natin, so opposite over hypotenuse, we have SO. Or sine 26 degrees equals x over the check. Okay, the check. Ayan. So makukuha na natin si x. X equals check sine 26. Diba? Ganun lang class kadali. Okay? Kumbaga, strategy na lang or diskarte na lang kung paano mo siya gagawin. I know there are plenty of solutions that you can do here for you to arrive at the answer. Those could be even shorter than my solution. Okay? So kahit na ano, basta makuha yung tama, okay na naman sa akin. Question so far, guys? Question? Okay, saan kayo medyo nagugulahan pagdating sa word problem solving? Wala? Wow, very good. Tingnan natin. Okay, wait, let me just check, guys, our attendance here. Okay, nasaan yung iba? Alam ko na, yung iba umaasa na lang sa recording. Hindi ko kaya, guys, kunin, i-record, hindi ko kaya i-upload yung recording, no? Joke lang, traidor, no? Let me, i-send ko lang kaya to sa inyo, sa mga umaten, para, and of course, sa mga excuse. Kasi may mga naipa-excuse din naman sa akin, eh. Okay, anyway, joke lang yun, class. I know that they're having hard time connecting. Okay, so let's work on other problems. Actually, yung binigay ko class na problem, madali lang eh. You know what? Binigay ko din madali lang kasi may figure na binigay. Yeah, i-analyze nyo na lang kung paano gagawin. Okay? So, ayun, giveaway, kumbaga. I know you can do it. May calculator naman. Okay. So, let's use law of cosines. Mamaya na tayo mag-challenge problem pagdating sa application. Okay. So, law of cosines naman, excuse me. Sa law of cosines, as I explained before, oops, sorry. Ba yan? Ba't yung pen? Okay. Ganun din class sa law of cosines. Ang triangle dapat natin dito ay may ABC and their opposite sides were named according to the letters on the vertices para mas madaling makuha or matandaan. Okay? So, pag A tayo, ito yung A natin, angle A. Sige, let's use different colors. Khan Academy lang, no? Ang ganda class ng strategy ng Khan Academy eh. Kaso, it takes time. Ayan. B, ang gamit niya ata ay iPad or tablet para mas madaling makita or madaling ma-navigate. Pag ito kasi ginamit mo, abot ka ng oras eh. Okay, so A to A, B to B, C to C. Ayan na. So, di ba? Strategic na yung ginawa dyan. Okay. And, so ang gagawin natin, para daw class, ang formula natin sa law of cosine is a square. So, pag dito, a to small letter a square is equal to the squares of the other two sides. Ayan, Pythagorean theorem yan, sir. Yes, you're correct there. Okay. Minus 2, the product of the two sides here. Sige, gayahin natin si nainggit tuloy ako class kay Khan Academy. Ang galing kaya niya, di ba? Ang galing ni Khan eh. Okay. Sige, pasikat tayo ngayon. Sir, batch review po tayo ngayon. Hindi po tayo ngayon napapasikatan. Joke lang. Okay. Ito lang naman class. Okay. Si A is equal to, ayan, B square. Ang hirap, no? Bawat part ay my God. O A, wait, nahihirapan ako mag-change ng color class. C red, C square. Ayan. Tapos, di ba, kung gagawin natin ito sa klase, tapos na yung oras natin, di pa tayo nakakatapos ng isang problem. Okay. And B, My goodness, color coding. Color coding pa more. Okay. BC, paano sir yung cosine? Siyempre white. Cosine and A. Ayan. Siyempre, may kulang. Ayan. Kala nyo nakalimutan ko Joke lang. Actually, nakalimutan ko class dahil sa mga color coding na to. Ayan. 2BC. Okay. So, ganito class yung formula niya, di ba? O, makikita mo na yan dyan. And, ako class, yung ginagawa ko dito, ganito. Sir, paano ko siya i-associate sa Pythagorean theorem? Now, look at this. Ito, Pythagorean theorem na to, di ba? Agad-agad. Now, the problem here is, eto, sir, paano to mawawala? Okay? Mawawala to class if A or angle A is 90 degrees. Okay? If A is 90 degrees, sige, tingnan nyo class. If A is 90 degrees, what is cosine 90? Cosine 90 is 0. Therefore, this is 0 na. Ito, wala na. So, ito na lang matitira. Diba? So, ito na class yung kumbaga, mnemonics mo para ma-integrate mo yung Pythagorean theorem sa formula ng law of cosines. So, alam mo na kaagad dito na b square is equal to a square plus c square minus 2ac cosine b. Kasi si b ay nandito. Diba? Alam mo na kaagad yung ganun. Okay? And si c ganun din. Okay? Gets, guys? Okay, let's have one problem. Ano ba mahirap-hirap? Sige, dito na tayo. Alright, so example number 1, under law of cosines, a tunnel, white pala. Let me change the color. A tunnel is to be built through the mountain. Wow. So, ito yung mountain natin. Wow, ganda. Ako lang nagandahan. Now, to estimate the length of the tunnel, so estimation lang siya. A surveyor takes the measurements as shown in figure. Ito. So, mga estimation values na to. Use the surveyor's data to approximate the length of the tunnel. So, it means we're using whole number here. Okay? So, ano bang given class? This is side, angle, side. Oh, ang alam ko SSS at SAS sa law of cosine. So, SAS siya. So, law of cosine kaagad. So, let's say this is our A, this is our B, and this is angle C. So, we're looking for C. So, sabi natin, ang formula sa law of cosine ay just like Pythagorean theorem. Pag eto na yung side, yung dalawa naman, i-add mo lang na naka-square. Minus 2AB cosine C. Diba? Okay, and ayun na, substitute. Ang A natin ay 215. Ang B natin ay 390. Pasalamat nga kayo, class, may calculator kayo eh. Kasi dati, wala kaming calculator dito. 390, 215. Pero nasolve naman nila. Di ba? Siyempre, gumamit lang kami ng special angles. Sa awa ng Diyos, pumasa naman sila. They got stronger. More stronger. More na stronger pa ha. Ganun yun. Okay. So, what's the answer, guys? C is equal to what? Ay, ang haba. Sige. So, C na lang natin. Ano bang sabi ni... Hindi ko class nakikita yung mga sagot mo. Wait lang. 4269. Okay. 4269.9 feet. Approximately 427 feet. Ayan. Ganun lang. Okay? Question, guys? Ganun lang siya kadali. Okay? Question so far? Class? Wala. Okay, so let's work on, kung walang question or suggestion, let's work on complex numbers. Eto na. So tapos na tayo sa 22 items. Alam niyo class kung bakit napalaki yung items? Problem solving. Sa problem solving pa lang, may 10 points ka na kaagad eh. Kasi isang question, dalawang sub-question nun. So, 10 points each. So, may isang item, isang problem, tapos 12 na, bakit 12? 11. 11, ano ba ako? Wait lang. 12 na lang natitira, di ba? So, may 12 na possible questions. Kasi may mga questions doon na 2 points each. May iba nga class, 3 points each eh. Okay? Or 3 points per item. So, actually, konti lang yung items eh. Mga 21 or 22 lang ata. So, ganun lang. Okay? Kaya naparami siya. So, here, sa complex naman, karamihan dito ay mga information. Okay? Kasi starting lang to. Introduction. So, ang sabi nga natin, okay, sige nga, type in your answer. What do you call a number, a set of number, which has the largest number in the system? Ayan, complex. Isa lang yung sumagot. Isa lang may alam, guys. Complex number. Siya lang naman, di ba? Siya yung pinakamalaki ang scope, ang coverage ng elements. Okay? Lahat ng number na sabihin mo under siya ni complex number. So, are you telling me that 0 is a complex number? Guys? Yes, sabi ni Sean. If you say yes, then how do you prove that 0 is a complex number? Sige nga. O, ano naman ngayon, Kyle and Ethan, kung 0 is equal to 0 plus 0 I? What does it imply? Tama naman yung sinabi nyo. Kailangan niya lang ng follow-up statement. So how will you show that it is a complex number? Okay, very good. Ayan, tama yung sinabi ni Ethan. It can be written in a form of a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers. Okay? Dapat ma-specify mo dyan na sino si a, sino si bi. Okay, Ethan, kulang ka dyan. So therefore, 0 is a complex. Hindi ko alam. 0 is a complex number. Tama naman yan, may kulang lang. Yeah, pero kulang yan wala, kulang yan statement. Again, yung statement ni Ethan, kailangan lang dyan where A is the real number and BI is the imaginary number, where B is the coefficient of a real number and I is the imaginary unit. Ganun yun ha. Nakuha class ha. Okay, now, question. So, if 0 is a real number, 0 is a complex number, by the way, where do we plot points of complex numbers? What kind of coordinate system do we call it? Yeah, complex plane or complex coordinate plane. Pareho lang sila, okay? Now, can we plot 0 in complex plane? Yes, malamang. Diba? Dapat nga dyan, capital yes. Kasi malamang complex siya eh, di ba? Lahat ng complex plane class ay pwede na dapat lang na mailagay siya sa complex lahat ng complex plane. Lahat ng complex numbers ay dapat lang na mailagay sila sa complex plane kasi kung hindi siya pwede doon, then it's not a complex number anymore, di ba? It's logic, a basic logic. Okay. Now, can we plot real numbers in complex plane? Yes, ayan, very good. Tama yung class. So it means class, yung mga real numbers na yan, nasa complex plane din sila na hindi lang natin nakikita, hindi lang natin alam. Yung pala nakatago lang si complex plane dun sa likuran ni rectangular coordinate system or coordinate rectangular plane na sinasabi natin. Okay? Nakuha class. Nakatago lang si complex plane dun sa likod ni rectangular plane. If you could visualize or interpret what I'm trying to say. Okay? For example, 5. Pwede ba natin i-plot si 5 sa complex plane, guys? Yes. Si Sir paulit-ulit sabi ng oo. Sige na nga. O sige, go. Okay, so tama yon, di ba? Pero question, can we plot a complex number, okay, into a rectangular plane or coordinate system? Yes. Tama naman, di ba? We can. But there are just possible numbers or sets of complex numbers which can be plotted in the rectangular plane. And these are what we call these numbers. Anong tawag natin sa number na yun, class? Na complex number pero pang rectangular, sa rectangular lang siya. Sorry. Pwede lang natin siyang i-plot sa rectangular at sa complex plane. Tama ba yung statement ko? Para may mali. Okay, okay. I rephrase. What do we call this set of complex planes wherein we can plot them in both real number plane or rectangular plane and in a complex plane? Yeah, rational numbers. Ayan. Tama si Kyle. It's real numbers. Although, rational numbers, tama naman siya. Kaso nga lang, may kulang pa siyang set doon, Sean. Okay? Ang pinakamalaki doon ay real numbers because rational is under real number. Okay? Tama naman. Okay, good. So, alam nyo ng paikot-ikot, ha? Ayan, dapat inalam nyo. Tinandaan nyo yung mga tanong ko kasi nandoon yan sa exam. Okay, so a complex number consists of real part. Ito yung sinabi ni Ethan. It is expressed in terms of z, which is a complex number, where z is composed of two terms, two parts, a and b, I, where a is the real number, pure real number, and bi is the imaginary number. Okay? Or the imaginary part of the complex number. And we can plot that points or the point in the complex plane. Okay? Nakuha, class? Walang tanong? Clarifications? Sure kayo na wala kayong tanong, ha? Okay. Sige, go. So, let's say, palitan na natin to kasi na-discuss na natin to. Okay. Z square minus, 16 plus 16, 0. Okay. So, how do we solve for this? We solve this in terms of negative 16, just like algebraic way of solving the problem. So, z is equal to the square root of negative 16, positive, negative. And we know that square root negative 16 can be divided into 16 times negative 1, diba? And square root of 16 is 4, and square root of negative 1 is negative 1, or positive negative 4i, diba? Okay, so which means that this could be expressed in terms 0 plus or minus 4i. And ito yung x natin, ito yung y-axis natin. Actually, they don't call x and y. This is the real axis, imaginary axis. Pero, since sanay tayo sa rectangular, we can associate that to x and y. Okay? Pareho lang naman siya, basta in-explain mo na maayos. So, nandito siya at nandito naman yung isa. Ayan. Ang ganda, di ba? Kasi both sides sila. Ayan. Okay, here we go. They don't actually connect each other, guys, ha? Kinonect ko lang para makita ko lang yung relationship nilang dalawa. Okay? So, nandito yung solutions nila. Ito, 4i or negative 4i. Ito naman ay 4i. Ayan. Okay, question so far? Wala na? Ayan. So, okay. Next, doon na tayo sa operations. So, modulus of a complex number. When we say, again, modulus, it is an absolute value. All right, question. What is the other term for modulus, guys? Don't answer me na moduli, ha? Plural form lang yun. Ayan, very good, Kyle. It's radius. Very good. Tama yon. Pag sinabing radius, class, we are talking about the distance of that point, complex number, to the or from the origin. Okay? So sabi ko nga, eto, kaya ko siya kinonect kasi I'm trying to get the distance of the... Ba't kasi sir kinonect mo yung dalawa? O pasensya na, class. Tao lang, joke lang. Guys, ang pangit pakinggan pag ginagawa nyo yung rason, yung pagiging tao para lang magkamali kayo. Okay? Try to analyze the statement. Try to use your logic. Parang ang pangit. So, are you telling me okay na magkamali kasi tao lang ako? Diba? Ayan. So, ito yung distance ng point natin to the origin. And we call it radius. Bakit sir radius? Kasi umikot siya dito, di ba? Pag ganun. So, hindi naman siya umikot ah. Hindi class, kung titingnan mo lang, galing siya sa zero, umikot siya na pag ganun, di ba? Okay. So, this is our radius or what we call the z, the absolute value of z, or we call it the modulus. Or pag plural ay moduli. Spelling. Okay. Plural po pala yan sir ng modules. Oo nga, yung modules natin, no? Moduli ang tawag. Okay, joke. Okay, so yan. So, how do we get the radius? The radius is just equal to the distance formula. That's a square, b square. Diba? Tama class, diba? Bakit sir? Kasi nga, it started from the origin. Okay, so, the other two terms are zeros. Nakuha po? Nakuha yung class ha. Ayan, pag alam nyo to, ayan, marami na kayong maisasagot dun. Baka ma-perfect nyo pa yun. Okay, so let's deal with number 1. 3 minus 4i. 3 minus 4i is equal to z. So a is equal to 3, b is equal to negative 4i. Sir, ang pangit naman, sir. Ang sakit sa mata. Oo nga, pati ako nasaktan din mata ko eh. Ano ba, magenta uli. Favorite, no? Okay, so 3. 3 si A. Guys, baka sabihin yung favorite ko magenta ha. Hindi naman. Nagkataon lang kasi maganda siya sa mata. Okay, B minus 4i. Saan ba yung 4i na yan? So, nandito. So, nandito yung point natin. And this is Z 3 minus 4i. And anyway, ano naman yun kung favorite ko to, di ba? Eh, kung gusto mo, eh, favorite mo na rin. Ganun lang kadali. Okay, so, let's get the distance of this point from the origin. Ayan. Sige, what is the other term for radius class? Or the other term that you can associate with radius? Sige nga. Tingnan ko kung sino nag-iisip ng outside the box or that no box. Ayan, very good. Ayan, very good, Kyle. Okay, si Kyle na naman nakasagot, hypotenuse. Yeah, actually, it is the hypotenuse, di ba? Tama naman. Okay, what's the other term? Ayan, ginawa ng formula ni Ricardo. Tama naman ginawa ni Ricardo. Diameter over 2, which is equal to the radius. Okay? Aside from the radius or hypotenuse, ano pang term na pwede nating associate sa kanya? Kasi class, if we're going to relate or connect or integrate other topics or concepts from different fields like sciences and math, mas madali natin siyang natututunan or na i-internalize, okay? Mas tumatatak sa utak natin. Okay, distance, but distance is a general term. Pero related sa distance, Harvey. It starts with letter D as well. Physics. Displacement. Ayan, displacement, di ba? It's the shortest distance. Ganun lang siya. Shortest distance from one point to another. Okay? Or, ang tawag ay directed distance. Okay? Si Harvey, ang dami ng additional points sa long test. Okay. So, anong module? Limwell. Okay, moduli ba? Plural form ng module ay moduli. Okay. So, ayan. Ay, hindi pa pala natin na-solve, no? So, kailangan natin class hanapin yung distance nito from the origin to the point. Okay? Which is 3, 4. 3, 4i. So, pwede mong atakihin to. So, nakatakot naman yun, sir, atakihin. Pwede mong, ang atake mo dito ay right triangle, di ba? This is 3, this is 4. Oh, pwede naman yun. Ayan, this is 5. Or you can use the modulus formula, which is a square plus b square. Sige, gawin natin. Diba? So 3 square plus 4 square, actually negative 2 eh, is equal to square root of 25 is equal to 5. So therefore, the modulus is 5. Di ba class? Kahit anong gawin mo dito, wala siyang kawala. 5 pa rin ang sagot at 5 pa rin ang sasagot sa'yo. Okay? Nakuha class. So gamitan mo ng physics. Gamitin mo yung formula to find the displacement and you'll get 5. So Pythagorean theorem, Pythagoras is the best. Okay? The best sir para saan? Ba't may sagot na to? Okay, ayan. Ganun lang siya, class. Okay? So, okay na tayo sa modulus. Are we clear about modulus or moduli, guys? Okay. Saan to? Ito yung last part, class, na may 7 points. Isang given lang yon is binigay na talaga lahat, no? Isang given problem lang yon and you're going to convert it from one form to another. Okay? Pag nagkamali ka dun, mali na kaagad yung 7 points mo. Okay? Kaya make sure that you're doing it correctly and properly. Okay? So, it has something to do with modulus, moduli, the radius, and so on and so forth. Okay, next, argument. Ito na. Isa rin to. Kasama siya ni argument ni modules malamang. Okay, si argument naman, siya yung angle measure or angle formed, okay, or constructed by the given terminal side of the complex point. Okay? So, kung baga class, nagplot tayo ng points, di ba? Ito, plinat natin tong point na to. So, ang tanong ay, galing siya dito sa initial side, which is the real real imaginary, ano ba yun? Real axis. Eto siya. Ayan, eto yung argument natin. Gets? Siya yung angle mismo, class, na hindi ko alam kung bakit argument yung tinawag dito. Okay? Yeah, hindi ko to na-check kung bakit argument yung tinawag sa kanya. So, ito yung argument natin, and this is the angle's reference or reference angle. Okay? But this could still be considered as an argument. Kaso nga lang, naunahan na tayo ng definition. Kasi sabi sa definition, an argument is an angle measure traversed by the given terminal side of the given complex point, okay, from where the measure is from 0 to 360 degrees, inclusive of 0. Okay? So, wala tayong negative. Pero class, pwede naman natin siyang i-consider as an argument. Yun nga lang, pag ginawa natin yun, we're not following the definition. Igalang natin yung gumawa ng content na yun kasi siya yung gumawa, di ba? Okay. Although, by its context, argument pa rin siya. Okay? Okay. So, sir, paano mo, sir, gagamitin kunin yung argument dito? Madali lang yun, class. Ganito. Paano nga ba natin gagamitin? Paano nga ba natin ito i-solve? Alam natin, theta r, tangent theta sub r is equal to, ano ba? Opposite over adjacent, guys, di ba? So, tangent theta sub r, tingnan yung class, we're trying to make formula here out of the given. Pwede naman siya eh. Okay? So, that's opposite over adjacent. Ano nga ba to? Theta r, opposite. Hindi ko na alam opposite. Negative 4 over 3. So, therefore, theta r is equal to inverse tan or arctan negative 4 over 3. Ito yung class. Di ba? Siya yung makukuha natin. Kaso, hindi yan yung argument natin. Ang argument natin na sinasabi sa libro ay eto, yung positive angle. Pero sabi natin, pwede siyang kahit ilang turns. Di ba? Okay. So, therefore, theta is equal to, paano natin makukuha to class? 2 pi minus theta r. Siya yung magiging argument natin. Okay? And this becomes 2 theta minus inverse tan of negative 4 thirds. Ito na yung argument natin. Okay? Gets nyo, guys? Diba? As long as you have the very foundation knowledge of trigonometry, kahit pa ikot-ikotin ka class ng higher level ng topic na yon, kayang-kaya mo pa rin siyang lusutan because you know how it works, how it is being executed. Diba? Ganun lang siya, kabilis pag naintindihan niyo yung basics. Okay. Did you understand, guys? I hope so, Okay, so ayan. Ito yung argument natin. Ito yung definition niya. O yan, sabi ko sa inyo class, di ba? The argument can be measured in degrees and radians. Ito yung formula. And ang tawag dito ay principal argument. Okay? Sir, bakit sir nagkakaroon ng principal argument? Kasi class, siya yung magiging basis natin ng mga arguments natin na pwede natin kunin or ilagay. Wherein, we're going to get the same results. Bakit? Kasi, pwede natin to paikot-ikutin ng ilang ng ilang beses. Kahit million times mo pa yan, tatama ka pa rin. Okay? Ayan. Question so far? Class? Wala. Okay. Now, wait, eto. Isa to sa mga given dun sa 7 items. Okay? Kaya, i-combine nyo na yung argument, yung modulus, yung rectangular form, polar form, para isolve yung mga given expressions, then eto na yun. Yun na yung 7 points na yun. Okay. So, again, class, our z is equal to a plus bi. I-relate natin sila sa isa't isa. Okay. Ito yung point natin. Ito yung A, ito yung B. Ito yung theta natin. So, sabi natin, oh, sir, may right triangle dito. So, we can use the sine cosine. Sine theta is equal to opposite, this is radius. B over C. Tama ba, class? And cosine theta is equal to A over R. Wait lang. Yes. Okay, and wala nang space, no? So I'll just write it here. So B is equal to, bakit C to? R to class, sorry. R sine theta and A is equal to R cosine theta. Ayan. So, oh, na-express natin si B and A kay in terms of sine and cosine. So, we can rewrite Z in terms of the trigonometric function. Sine na tuloy. Sine na tuloy. Z pala to. Z is in terms of sine and cosine. Diba? So, R cosine theta plus I sine theta. Ayan. Eto na klase magiging polar form natin. Sir, bakit sir polar? Ewan ko, hindi ko rin alam. Honestly kasi hindi ko alam kung bakit polar yung tinawag sa kanya. Okay? Maybe because of the word pole. Okay? Kasi pole yung ginamit, no? Pero I think yung pole naman nanggaling yun because of the term polar. Eh. Alright? North Pole. Parang mga ganun. Feeling ko sa angle measure lang sila nagbe-based eh. Okay, sa North. Kasi North Pole eh. Ang hirap class hanapan ng map sa North Pole, di ba? Kasi it is covered with ice. Parang a big portion of the island is covered with ice. So, ang hirap gawa ng mapa, ng coordinates. So, ang ginagawa nila class ay angle measure lang sila. Parang radar. Angle measure sila nagbe-base. And then, yung radius niya ay kahit saang parte. Parang yung polar coordinate system natin. Ganun siya. Okay? Para lang siyang navigation. Di ba? Napag-connect nyo na class yung relationship nila. Ang galing, di ba? Okay, so therefore, so na therefore pa. Tama ba? So therefore, pwede naman. Therefore, if A plus BI is equal to Z, therefore we could express Z in terms of trigonometric functions, R sine theta plus cosine theta. Baliktad. Sige na, yan, babaliktarin ko na lang. R cosine theta. Ayan, yung iba naguluhan na naman. Sige na, okay. I'm going to erase this one, guys. Kasi baka maguluhan yung iba. Plus, pareho lang sila, di ba? Commutativity in addition is true. Is accepted. Sige. For your own sake. Cosine theta plus I R sine theta. And, since mga tamad class mathematicians natin, pasalamat na lang tayo, may mga tamad na tao. Dapat guys, yung tamad na masipag Iba kasi yung tamad na tamad. Yung tamad na tamad, wala talagang magagawa sa buhay. Yung tamad na masipag, yun yung may ginagawang paraan para maging mapadali ang mga bagay-bagay. Okay, so R, cis, theta. Ayan. Ito yung shortcut ha. Makikita nyo to class ha. Dapat alam nyo kung anong meaning yan. Okay. So, ito lang naman siya. Ayan yung mga importanteng parts na yan. Okay. So, R cis theta is equal to the R cosine theta plus I R sine theta, where A is cosine and B is the sine part. Okay? So, here, expressed in standard polar form. So, ano po bang standard polar form? Sige nga. Paano sabing standard polar form siya? Sige. Question. Wala nang sumagot. How do you say that it's standard polar form? Ayan, very good. Nag-aral si Kyla. Ready na sa long test. Very good. Eksakto yung mga sagot mo, Kyle, ngayon. Okay. Tama yon. Aside from Kyle's answer, what else? Actually, same lang naman yung magiging sagot mo dyan, pero parang iibahin mo lang kung paano siya naintindihan. Doon mo malalaman na, iba pala yung pagkaka-interpret niya sa derivation. Pero same meaning lang naman if we're going to get the context. Okay? Okay, tama naman. Yeah. Ano pa, aside from the answers of these three gentlemen? Of course, R should be greater than theta. Pero hindi naman palagi, no? Yeah, I got that. Okay. Ano pa, guys? Wala na. Oh, girls. What do you mean by simplified, Kyle? Oh, anybody? Okay. Yeah, that's the argument. The principal argument. Wala. Ay, hindi, wala pala nakaisip ng ganung open your minds, open your brain, and open your heart. Okay, ganito class. It is in standard wait, nakalimutan ko yung sagot. Hindi, nakalimutan ko yung isasagot ko. I mean, alam ko yung sagot, nakalimutan ko lang. Okay, naalala ko na. Ganito class. Nagiging siyang standard polar form because the angle was created or constructed starting from the what? From the polar axis. Di ba? Gets nyo? Polar axis siya nag-start eh. Hindi siya pwede mag-start kung saan-saan. And it is a positive angle. Nakuha class. 'Di ba ang gustong sabihin nun ay yung sinagot lang naman ni Kyle na kapag yung theta ay principal argument. 'Di ba? They have the same meaning. The context is actually these are the same, pero iba lang yung pakakasabi mo. Iba lang yung pakaka-interpret mo. Doon mo makikita na, okay, iba pala yung iniisip nito. Pero pareho yung content, iba lang yung pinagkakabit-kabitan nyo. Yun. Nag-cut ba? Sorry. Ulitin ko ba? Okay. Okay, let me repeat. Now, you can explain it. Iba lang, the standard polar form because the angles started from the polar axis with a positive direction or a counterclockwise direction. Ayun yun. Okay? So, iba lang yung kinabitan ko ng term ng polar, ng standard polar form. I use the standard form of an angle measure using trigonometry, basic trigo. 'Di ba? Pero yung ginamit ni Kyle kanina, kapag yung theta ay principal argument, ginamitan niya ng definition ng argument. Which is tama naman. Pero, hindi ko sinasabing mas maganda yung sagot ko ha. Pero, mas maganda naman talaga yung sagot ko. Joke lang. Okay. Di ba class, kung i-relate mo yung topic natin sa trigonometry o yung tanong ko sa trigonometry, sa basic trigonometry, yun naman talaga yung rason dun eh. Okay? Yung din naman, yung rason niya, yung parang siya yung main source. Siya yung origin ng mga standard form na yan. Okay? Pero, parang naman tama. Okay, ganun. Kung gusto nyo magpasikat, dapat ganun class. You can relate it into different concepts or context in trigonometry. Mali pala yung term ko. Huwag naman magpasikat. Kung gusto mong magpa-famous na lang. Joke lang. Mas lalong pangit yung term. Okay, anyway, tumugal tayo doon. Wala kasing nakasagot eh. Okay, nagalit bigla. Okay, so Z in standard polar form. Ala sir, ano po ba yung standard form? At ano rin po yung polar? So, ang daming tanong dito. Ano po ba yung standard? Ano po ba yung polar? At ano po ba yung form? Di ba? Yun yung mga tanong nyo eh. Okay, so una, standard. Pag sinabing standard, the theta is ayan. Tapos, positive angle that starts with the x-axis or the polar axis. Ano pa ba? The real axis. Ayan, mga ganyan, di ba? Yan yung mga connections eh. Ayan. Ano ba yung form? Polar form. So, pag may rectangular form tayo, may polar form. Eto yun. Yung cis natin, si cis. Si R-cis natin, R-cis theta. Di ba, ganun lang class. Pag hindi mo nagigets yung isang statement, decompose the statement, okay? And then, each decomposition should be interpreted the way we interpret the context or the terms in the given context. Diba? Mathematically, syempre, mamaya ginawan mo to ng economics. Pwede naman. Bahala ka. Good luck. Okay, sige. Wag na to, madali lang to. Doon na tayo sa mahirap-hirap. Wala ka dyan. Biglang nawala. Natawa ko class sa topic natin dito. Biglang jump sa polar. I mean sa polar coordinate plane. Ay, hindi pa pala natin ito na-solve, no? Nakalimutan ko. Akala ko tapos na tayo. Plus 6 square root of 3i. Okay. This is the rectangular form. Alright. So, we need to convert this to standard polar form. Okay. Actually, yung standard doon, wala namang masyadong bearing kasi alam naman natin yung polar form niya. Okay. So, paano ba natin i-solve? Okay. Now, there are so many ways on how to solve this class. Pero ako, kung akong tatanungin class, I'd better do the triangle. I mean, the complex plane. Kasi doon naman tayo nagsimula, di ba? So, this is 6. This is 6 square root of 3. Ayan, gamay na gamay mo na to eh. So, dito ka na, para hindi ka na magkamali. Ayan. This is the complex point. This is the modulus. Ayan, di ba? Alam na, ang dami mo nang alam. Take note class, pag marami kang alam, hindi ka pinapatumba. Ikaw yung nagpapatumba. Ganon. Okay, so, this is our A, and this is our B. Ang A natin dito ay 6. Aray. 6. Ang B natin ay 6 square root of 3. Okay, so our modulus, or is equal to Z, the absolute value. So we have A square plus B square. Ayan, kung may tanong class, magtanong mas maganda may nagtatanong. Bakit C? 6 square, 6 square, 3 square. Ano bang sagot dito? 6 ka agad to. 1 to plus 3, 4. Okay, so 12. Diba? Pythagorean triple? Okay. Ayan, 12. Tama kami. Pareho kami ni Limwell. So therefore, ang R namin ay 12. And I know that Z is equal to R cis. Ayan. Ito nang ini-expect kong sagot class eh. So, nakuha ko na si radius. Ang kulang ko na lang si theta. Alam ko si theta. Siya si argument. I know argument could be found using tangent theta is equal to opposite over adjacent or the TOA. So, tangent is equal to, theta is equal to the inverse tangent. Di ba class, wala akong ginagamit ng new knowledge about the transformation. Puro lang ako dun sa basic. Okay? So, opposite over adjacent. This is B over A. 6 square root of 3. 6. This is the inverse tan square root of 3 over 1 to, di ba? Ganyan. Okay, so, kung ito ay ito ay 1, ito ay square root of 3. Di ba class, parang ganun yan? Okay? Parang unit circle lang palagi. So, okay. This is 60. Ito ay 30. Galing Nagalingan ako sa sarili ko, no? Ganyan. Hindi, nagalingan lang ako sa problem. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So, theta is 60 degrees or pi over 3. Di ba, class? Hindi mo na kailangan ng calculate. Okay? I-connect-connect mo lang lahat. So, theta is equal to pi over 3. So, therefore, alam mo na kaagad si R6. Di ba? Yung mga tamad na mathematician, dahil sa katamaran nila, we're making our life easier than before. So, R is 12. So, okay lang naman pala maging tamad. Basta masipag ka, di ba? Pi over 3. Ayan. So, eto na class, yung polar form natin na pangtamad. Okay? Nakuha ba, guys? Nakuha po ba yon? I hope so, ah. So, therefore na naman ako. So, therefore, 12 cosine pi over 3 plus I sine pi over 3. Sige, ilagay ko na lang dito sa eto. Ang alam ko ay 6 plus 6i squared root of 3 at na-convert ko na to into ano nga ba yung class 12 cosine pi over 3 plus I 12i sine pi over 3. Ayan. Ito class yung technique dito, ah. Okay. Now, there are times wherein you are, okay, actually, ito yung hack. Ito yung cheat. Sige, mamaya, wait lang. May problem ba tayo nito? Sige, mamaya ko nilang ibigay para at least, yung iba, sa maglilib na yan pag nakuha na yung technique eh. Masa na ba? Nawala. Pero nasabi ko na to eh. Okay? Now, so which means class, you can convert rectangular to polar or polar to rectangular. Okay? So, if you are dealing with a polar form, halimbawa, multiply mo yung mga polar forms, dinidivide mo yung mga polar forms, ba't ka ba magpapakahirap? I-rectangular mo na lang. Di ba? Ganun lang naman yun eh. Yan yung hack or technique. Pero, there are polar forms which are hard or difficult to convert to a rectangular, especially if they're not in special angle measures. Kaya, kailangan mo talaga class ng formula. Okay? Yung formula natin for polar forms. Okay, ganun. Okay? Sir, paano natin, sir, malalaman na tama ito? So, ganun lang, madali lang. Sige, to check. What is cosine pi over 3? 1/2 plus 12i. What is sine pi over 3? That's square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. So, pag sinimplify mo, 6 plus 6i square root of 3. So, equal na siya dito. So, therefore, tama ito. Ayan. Ganun lang siya, class. Okay? Ang dali na lang yan. Ayan, na-discuss ko naman to. Alright? Again, class, pag polar form, the radius is always positive because it's a distance. Okay. So, eto. Polar coordinate system. Again, a polar coordinate system is another type of system where it uses angle measures and directed distance. So when we say directed distance, it's just the radius, diba? So theta and r. Theta and r are being plotted or used in the polar coordinate system or polar form. Actually, polar form din siya, di ba? R cis theta. Oh, polar form, si r at si theta. O, di ba? Ganun lang, class. So, what are the parts? We have the polar axis, we have the argument, the modulus, and the point, the complex point. Di ba? And this is the pole. And how do we plot the points? Ganito lang. Madali lang siya. So, let's have a quicker way to do this. So, letter A, 3. A is equal to 3 pi over 6. Guys, wala man lang tanong dyan. Tinatamad ako mag-discuss pag lang nagtatanong eh. 3. The radius is 3, so nandito yan. Start always from the polar axis. And pi over 6. Nasaan ba yung pi over 6? Pi over 6 is, ano nga baklas ng pi over 6? Pi over 2 times 1/3. Tatlong, i-divide mo sa tatlo yung 90. So therefore, eto yun. So therefore, eto siya. Diba? Eto yun eh. Kasi tatlo sila eh. Ayan. Diba? Ganun lang class yung fractions. pi over 2 is 90. Pi over 6, so 1/3 siya. So, tatlong division ng pi over 2. Ito yun. So, therefore, andito yung point natin. Let's use another color. Naintindihan class, nandito yung point natin. And the point here is 3 pi over 6. Ganun lang kadali. Okay? Yeah, it's 30 degrees actually. Alright, so let's work on letter C para may kaibahan. Okay, so letter C, 1 negative pi over 4. So again, don't be afraid of the given angle measure if it's negative because it's just the direction of the angle. Matakot ka class pag nag-negative na yung radius. Diba? Although, that's not a valid reason for you to fear the given problem because, hello, it's just so easy. Okay, so letter C, 1, nandito siya. Alright, and negative pi over 4. That's half of 90 degrees, so nandito yun. Ayan. So, since the given angle is negative, therefore the direction is counterclockwise. So, negative pi over 4. And since we're looking for 1 negative pi over 4, so nandito siya. Ito yung point natin. Okay? So, kung tutuusin class, ang point natin ay nasa, saan ba yun? Dito. Nandito lang. Tapos, ito yung radius natin. Ayan. Ayan yung modulus natin. Okay? Understood, guys? Yeah, negative 45. Si Linwal ata mas okay sa kanya yung degree measure instead of radian. Dati class, ayoko yung degree measure. Nung na-realize ko, oo nga, no, mas maganda ng radian kasi mabababa lang yung numbers na ginagamit, unlike in degree, ang laki. Diba? Okay, so letter D, that's negative 6, 2 pi over 3. Ayan, eto na. Sir, may radius ba tayong negative? Actually, wala. Pero, pag negative kasi na radius, hindi siya radius eh. Kwan lang siya. Anong tawag sa kanya? Hindi ko rin alam. Anong tawag sa kanya na negative? Okay. Representation lang class ng another point in the given polar coordinate system. Okay? So, negative 6, so we consider this as 6 lang, syempre. So, 6 lang ito. 2 pi over 3, malapit na. So, dito yon. Tama ba ako, class? Ito. 2 pi over 3. Tama ba, class? 120 degree. 120. Ay, mali. 160, 120. Mali pala ako. So, nandito. No? 60. Yeah. So, nandito pala. Ayan, mali pa ako, no? Nakakabulag talaga si pi over 3. Okay. So, nandito yung point natin. Wala to. Okay? So, this is our point, which is 6, 2 pi over 3. Pag nahirapan na ako sa radian, kino-convert ko na lang siya into degree. Ganun din, balik ako sa degree. Pero, para sa akin, okay siya. Okay. So, ito yung point ng 6, 2 pi over 3. But the question is, the given is negative. So, ang gagawin natin, hanapin lang natin yung, my God, nakakaduling. 1, 2, so 1, saan ba yun? 1, dito pala ako mag-start dapat. Ayan, dito. So, dito ko siya hanapin. So, exactly opposite nitong axis na to, baka mamaya iba na naman ang angle. Ayan, eto, tama siya, guys, di ba? And then, 6 yung radius niya. So, therefore, eto. Again, it's positive. Positive itong mga to. Alright? Hindi ko lang na-edit sa GeoGebra. So, eto. So, eto na yung negative 6, 2 pi over 3 natin. Okay? So, eto na yung pinaka-point natin. Eto. So, wala eto. Ayan, wala ito. Nakuha, class? Ganyan. Okay? Ganun lang. And, paano natin malalaman? Ito siya, di ba? This is, ayan. Okay. So, the question there is, what are the other points that we could identify such that we will end at this point, negative 6, 2 pi over 3? Ano yung mga points na yon? Pwede naman natin gawing 6. Tapos, ano ba to? Ano ba to, class? 6, 5 pi over 3, no? 5 pi over 3. Tama ba? Yeah, 5 pi over 3. Or, pwede rin naman 6, yung sinabi ni Limwell, negative 2. Yan, tama yan. Negative 2 pi over 3. Ayan, mas mabilis to. Ay, mali. 4 pala to. Mali na naman ako. 4 pi over 3, tama ba ako? Kasi kung 2 pi over 3 to, wait. Hindi siya, mali pala. I think there's something wrong with negative 2 pi over 3, Limwell. Mali. Ayun. Kasi pag negative 2 pi over 3, dito siya. Diba? Hindi na siya nag-share. Wait lang. Let me change the color. So, hindi na sila mag-share ng point, common point. So, dapat, negative pi over 3 lang. So, tama to. 5 pi over 3 to. Okay? So, dapat dito pa rin. Did you get that? Magkakamali ka dyan. Okay? Or, we could have infinite number of turns. Sabi nga ni Ricardo, that's 6. Ano ba yun? 6, 5 pi over 3, 3 plus 2 pi k. Ayan, pwede yan. Or, 6 plus, ano ba? Negative pi k, pi k. Negative pi over 3 minus 2 pi k. Where k is positive. Positive integers. Ganon. Ito naman ay, ano ba to? Positive to, no? Ayan, basta dapat pareho sila. Okay? Ayan. Did you understand, guys? Questions so far? Wala nang tanong? Okay. Hey, question? Wala. Ano pa ba? Ayan, ito na lang. Okay, so ganito. Now, tandaan class, when we are, take note, this is a polar form, di ba? Polar form. Kasi may RCs tayo. So, how do we do that? Let's say Z1 is equal to R1 cis1 theta 1. Z2 is equal to R2 cis theta 2. And if we're going to multiply the two polar forms, now we can shorten our formula into this, cis theta 1, theta 2. So, tatandaan nyo lang, class, if you are multiplying polar forms, just multiply the radius, then add the angles. Let's deal with, that will go with the cis, the R-cis. Okay? So here, tingnan mo, pinahirapan pa nito. Hindi naman pala. So, if we're going to multiply this is 2 times 5, cis, 20 plus 70. Ayan. 2 times 5 to. So, this is 10, cis, 90. This is 10, 10. Yeah, tama yun. Okay. Wait lang. Okay, so 10 cosine 90 plus I sine 90. Diba? And this is 0. This is 1. So, I na lang natira. Yeah. Well, you could just use 10i. Pwede naman siya. Or pwede naman 0 plus 10i. Okay? They're just equal. But the simplest form is 10i. Alright? Ganun lang siya, class. And for division naman, we can just divide the radius and RCs pa rin to. Pero ima-minus natin. 50 minus 20. Make sure to write the angle measures correspondingly, ha? Kasi if you interchange the position of the angle measures, then you'll get a negative value or positive value. Then the values will be different from one another. Okay? So this is 1/3. This is, ano ba to? 30 degrees. Yan. Di ba class, pag nakakakita ka ng special angle, parang nabubuhayan ka, no? If you feel that, then we feel the same thing. Okay. Sir, how about sir pag hindi? Eh, congratulations. Kayo, nasa inyo yan. Okay, 30 degrees. Sige, help. So, 1/3. What is cosine 30 degrees? 31/2, 2 square root of 3 over 2. Tama ba class? Plus sine 30 is 1/2. So, I over 2. Square root of 3 plus I all over 6. Ayan, tapos na. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So, question so far, class. Tanong. I think we're done. Ano ba itong last question na to? I think, ayan, sige. Sige. I-solve natin to class. Find the quotient. Oh, okay. So, anong radius nito, class? Ang radius nito ay 1, ang radius nito ay 1, di ba? Since division siya, so therefore, we subtract the angle measures. So, 1 is pi minus pi over 3. Ayan. Kaso, i-convert daw natin into a plus bi, which is a rectangular form. By the way, guys, if the angles here are not equal or different, ito rin different, I mean, ito palang numerator pala, magkaiba na yung angles nila, then the property won't apply. Okay? Kasi dapat equal sila based on the property. So, you cannot use the formula. But here, since they are equal in both numerator and denominator, then we can. So, cis 2 pi over 3. Ayan. This is cosine 2 pi over 3 plus I sine 2 pi over 3. Okay, this is now our polar form, the elongated polar form. Kaso a plus bi daw. So we need to convert it to values. What is cosine 2 pi over 3 class? 120, 60 cosine. 60 ba to? 1/2, no? So negative 1/2. Tama ba, guys? Yeah. Plus ba? Yata, plus to kasi nasa taas to eh. Second quadrant. Ito ay 1/2. So I over 2. So negative 1 plus I all over 2. Ayan, so eto na. So next person natin. Okay? Ganun lang siya class kadali ang exam. Question so far? Ala, anong oras na tayo? Anong oras tayo nag-start? 2:30? 2:40? 2 hours na pala tayo dito. Ay, mali ba ako? Okay. Yeah. This is wrong. This is square root of 3 over 2. Ayan. May mali. Ayan. So, okay na. Negative 1/2. Okay. Questions? May tanong. Kung ang building ay 180 meters tall, then does that mean that it is 180 meters long? Depende. Kung ang building Kyle ay may 180 meters tall at nakatayo siya perpendicularly from the ground, then, ay, mali ako. Wait, ulitin ko. Ang building 180 meters tall. Yung tall kasi, it is the distance from the ground, from the highest peak of the building to the ground. Okay? So which means, kung ang building ay 180 meters tall, magiging 180 meters, it doesn't necessarily mean na 180 meters long siya. Okay? Kung siya ay perpendicular sa ground. Kung perpendicular sa ground, the length and the height are just equal. Okay? However, if the building is inclined, let's say gaya ng Leaning Tower of Pisa, then the length of the building is longer than the height of the building. Okay? Kasi height is the distance from the ground to the highest peak of the given object. Did you get that? So, yung height and tall na yan ay sorry, height and length na yan, height and tall are similar, di ba? Similar yung meaning nila, yung context nila. Pero yung length and tall nila magkaiba. Okay? Kaya class C, Leaning Tower of Pisa, yung tall niya or yung height niya ay maliit compare sa length ng ay hindi pala no, hindi sure. Hindi tayo sure. Mali pala ako doon. Hindi tayo sure pero that's one of the cases. So which means in general, the height is not equal to the is not always equal to the length of the building. Okay? Ganun lang. 'Di ba? Para lang siyang sine law and cosine law, 'di ba? Inaaral mo yung mga properties nila ng sides. Oh, I hope I answered your question, Kyle. Ang dami kong realization dun ah. No, tama na. Okay, ganito. Pwede pala ako magsulat. Ayan. Ayan, this is the height. And this is the length. 'Di ba? So, which means, guys, that the length, tama naman sinabi ko, is always greater than the height. Or equal than the height. Yeah, tama pala yung sinabi ko. 'Di ba? Mas maganda pag may figure. Bakit? Pythagorean theorem. Ayun, tapos na. Pythagorean theorem pa lang, tapos na kaagad yung discussion yung debate. Okay? And kailan siya magiging equal? Pag perpendicular ito sa ground. Kailan siya magiging perpendicular? Pag 90 to. Okay? Diba? So it means pag ganun siya, class. Ayan. Inception, diba? Okay. Inception type of structure. Okay, anyway. Any other question? Kyle, did I answer your question? Yan. So, these two terms matter. Matter a lot. Okay? Mamaya, iba-ibang sagot nyo. Other questions? Aside from this? Para makapagpahinga na kayo? And for you to get ready for your test tomorrow. Bio and math pa naman, no? Ang dami yung memorize sa bio. Congratulations. Oh, questions. Grade 10. And all I know, ang dami nyo ring i-analyze sa bio. Congrats. Double congratulations. Okay. Kung wala nang tanong, let's call this a day and take a rest, rehydrate, and sleep para bukas ay ready na. Alright? And again, guys, you're allowed to use calculator tomorrow for the problem set only, which is the last item. Yung iba dyan, bahala kayo. Ang mangdaya, babagsak. Joke lang. Okay. If ever you don't have question right now, but you realize that you have, you can just chat me, okay? Anytime. Basta online ako, I will answer. Bye, guys, and take care. Oh, wait.
Bye, thank you po, sir.
Wait, class. Picture po muna tayo. Nakalimutan ko, no? Okay lang ba sa inyo? Ay, ang dami lang nawala. Sige na nga, wag na. Next time na lang. May next time pa ba? Pag grade 11 yun na. Okay, bye guys.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
Thank you po,
bye-bye.
sir.
Good luck.